Welcome to the Sports 101 News Network and welcome to this video. If you're into this video, please don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button and also hit that post notifications to be notified each and every time we upload a video. On this video, I want to talk about the Washington football team and I want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, and I have a bunch of stuff to get into. I will also talk about the Browns and Odell Beckham Jr. situation. If you're new to this video or to this channel, please don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button and also hit that post notifications to be notified each and every time we upload a video. Let's get into the video and talk about the Washington football team. The rumor out of Washington is that the Washington football team is trying to tank for Trevor Lawrence. My question on this video is it a good idea to tank this year with a bunch of teams doing horribly wrong things, with a bunch of teams going 0-2 already into the second week of the NFL season? Is it a good idea to tank for Trevor Lawrence? We know that the Jaguars already let go of their running back for Trevor Lawrence. They thought that by letting go of their running back that they will tank and then they will get Trevor Lawrence. My take when it comes to Trevor Lawrence and with teams trying to tank for him, specifically the Washington football team, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's an idea that I support, because here's why I'm saying that. Yes, their quarterback has a bunch of problems. Yes, their quarterback has an accuracy problem. Yes, the team is not doing that well. But the accuracy problem can get fixed by a good coach. The only thing that this quarterback needs is a chance to play. And I understand he has played last year and he has played a little bit the year before. But here's the thing. He came out of Ohio State. He didn't have a bunch of chances playing in Ohio State. He only played 1 year of college football, I believe, in Ohio State. And he has a accuracy problem. His throws are not accurate. That is a coaching problem. You can coach that out of a player. So, for me, the idea of the Washington football team sinking and losing games and tanking for Trevor Lawrence is not a good idea. And are the Washington football team going to get the number one overall pick? They already won a game. There are the Giants that are 0-2. There are the Eagles that are 0-2. The New York Jets are 0-2. So there are a bunch of teams that have not won a game, and the Washington football team has already won a game. And in my book, this is not a good idea. In my book, the Washington football team needs to stay with their quarterback, deal with the problems that can get fixed with coaching. Coach the accuracy problem out of him. Coach the high throws, the low throws out of him. That's not how he plays. It's just a coaching problem that he has. You can coach that out of him. Now, the other thing I want to talk about has to do with the Browns. And there's a rumor coming out of Cleveland saying that the Cleveland Browns are trying to shop Odell Beckham Jr. out of Cleveland, because he has a problem with the quarterback and him not being on the same page. The quarterback with the Browns has a problem of not getting the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. And let me say something about him. When he came out of Oklahoma State, everybody thought he was the next upcoming guy that will tear the NFL apart. Okay? Everybody was big on him. everybody, the talking heads, were big on him. Shannon Sharp was the only guy that I can recall who said that he may not be this good. He may not be as good as we thought he's going to be. He's not going to be that great in the NFL. He has done great things in college. We thought he was going to bring those things, the things that he had been successful with, the things that made him successful in college, to the NFL. And I gotta say this, the fact that Hugh Jackson was the head coach of the Browns for Baker Mayfield was a disgrace. The fact that Hugh Jackson was the head coach for the Browns when he came into the league was the downfall of him from the start. And on his second year of the NFL, he had another coach in Kitchens, and Kitchens didn't work. Now he's on his third head coach, and they brought in all the talent that they can bring in. Odell Beckham Jr. came to the Browns because he had a problem with the Giants. The Giants were trying to shop him. The Giants were trying to see a team that was going to be able to take Odell Beckham off of their hands, and they traded him to the Browns. And Odell Beckham Jr. has not been the Odell Beckham Jr. that we know and love in New York since he has gone to the Browns. Odell Beckham Jr. and his quarterback, Baker Mayfield, have not had that connection that everybody thought he would have with Odell Beckham Jr. Those two have not had the connection. So I'll say this much. If this is true, if Odell Beckham Jr. is about to get shopped to one of the team, and if the Browns are legit trying to trade Odell Beckham Jr., here's what I will do if I'm Odell Beckham Jr. I will get in front of this and ask to be traded, because he can go to another team and be successful. He can go to another team and be the same Odell Beckham Jr. that we know and love. Let's call teams that he can go to. Aaron Rodgers, he will ball out in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers will love to have Odell Beckham Jr., and Odell Beckham Jr., with the bad man that he is, Aaron Rodgers, will be a great fit. He will become the Odell Beckham Jr. that we know and love in New York. Now, the New York Giants need wide receivers. They do not have wide receivers. You can go back to the Giants, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. wants to go back to the Giants. Let's